Hello guys, welcome to TPW Talking Pro Wrestling, and I am going to talk first about the Impact Wrestling's results. And first of all, I am very sorry that I didn't do the Impact Wrestling results last episode, but I am doing it this time around, so let's just get right into it. So, the BTI match with Rich Swann and Raj Singh was a good matchup. I mean, BT before the Impact is usually good anyway. So let's find out what exactly happened though. First, Rich Swann won his matchup. I predicted. I was right on that. I figured he was going to win it. And Brian Myers came to attack him. So it sounds like Brian Myers wants Rich Swann's Digital Media Championship. We'll see what happens. But I'm intrigued to find out if Brian Myers takes Rich Swann's Digital Media Championship or not. So, and then we have the Fatal 4-Way match. First on the actual Impact card, as Trey Miguel takes on it'll be Trey Miguel versus Chris Bay versus Laredo Kid versus Steve Macklin. And I predicted Chris Bay was going to win this matchup. I was wrong. Trey Miguel won this matchup. Now, I'm not mad by this. Trey Miguel getting a X Division title rematch is completely fine with me. I do think, though, that Chris Bay could have been a better opponent for Mike Bailey's first title defense. But Trey Miguel is a good choice, too. In fact, all of these four would have been good choices, as the X Division for Impact currently is pretty good. They've got tons of talented people on their Impact X Division. So, yeah, we'll see what happens there. Then the second match happened where Rosemary went to take on Giselle Shaw, and it was a one-on-one matchup. I predicted Giselle Shaw was going to win this, and I was correct. Giselle Shaw did win it, so she will be in Madison Rain's replacement. And as I'm recording this, I realized that Against All Odds was tonight, and that it's already happened. So I'm very sorry about that. But I'll try not to do that next time. Well, next week I'm very busy, so I may only do AEW stuff. We'll see what happens. I may do Impact as well, just for time's sake, and to keep you guys invested. I'm probably not going to do New Japan or MLW because I'm busy next week, but anyway. So that happened. I've gotten two of my predictions correct. This is good. I'm glad this is happening. Jordan Grace took on Savannah Evans one-on-one. I predicted that Jordan Grace wins this matchup. I was correct. She did. It was a very hard-hitting battle between both of these women. these knockouts, I should say. I figured Jordynne Grace was going to win since she has to defend her Knockouts World Championship at Against All Odds against Tasha Steelz. It gave Jordynne Grace the momentum that she needed. I'm not sure if she beat Tasha Steelz or not. I'm sure she probably did, but I don't know. And the Good Brothers defend their tag titles against Vincent and PCO. And either before or after the matchup, I can't remember, but on their matchup against Honor No More, the Good Brothers tried to get PCO to turn on the Honor No More, and that was intriguing to see. I think it was before the matchup. But yeah, that was very intriguing. We'll see what happens there, but I predicted the Good Brothers would retain, and they did. So yeah. We also found out that AMW and Heath Slater will be their replacements. Well, they'll join the Good Brothers. Not really replacements, but they'll join the Good Brothers against Honor No More. So yeah. But then we have Ace Austin versus Alex Zane. I was very excited for this matchup as a whole because they're former friends, and both of these men are very talented, and Ace Austin's just trying to prove a point as he's one of the new members of the Bullet Club. Alex Zane trying to get revenge, I guess, on Ace Austin, turning on everyone, basically. My prediction here was that Ace Austin wins this, and I was correct. Starting to see a pattern here. Most of my predictions were correct. Only one of my predictions were wrong, and that was the Fatal 4-Way match. But yeah, that's what happened there. And now we go to the main event as Chris Sabin went one-on-one with Frankie Kazarian. And boy, let me tell you, it was a great matchup because so much happened and so much was going on. It was incredible. I was very happy to see what the main event had in store. It was really good. Really was. So much happened. And my prediction was Chris Sabin gained the victory. I was right. Chris Sabin got the win. So that leads me to have 6 out of 7. That's incredible. That's great predictions there. But I was very excited for this matchup, and it delivered because that was incredible. I enjoyed pretty much everything of what I've seen from Chris Sabin and Frankie Kazarian. This was a good final Impact wrestling show before Against All Odds, literally the next night. So, yeah, it was if I were to rate Impact Wrestling, I'd give this a 3 stars. Because it was good, don't get me wrong, but there was some... it's just, there were some matchups, just a lot of the matchups were very predictable. That's my only complaint. But what are you going to do? But, yeah, I enjoyed Impact Wrestling card. Actually, no, let me change that. 3.5 stars. It deserves better than that. It was more than decent. It deserves way more than that. No, you know what? Let's give it 4 stars. 4 stars. Good. It was good. Not perfect. Good, though. Yes, it's good. It's staying at 4 stars. But that was my Impact Wrestling predictions. Well, not predictions. Results. Now let's go to the AEW Rampage results. Hello guys, welcome back to TPW Talking Pro Wrestling. And now it's time for the AEW Rampage results. The Royal Rampage started off tonight. And I was very excited for the Royal Rampage because it's the first ever Royal Rampage. And they were using both rings. They were having 2 men. Well, no, 4 men, 2 in each ring, start up this matchup. It was amazing. So many incredible talent. And I get having the entrants come in each minute. I mean, they're short on time because Rampage is an hour long. And they had the tag team match and the women's main event, which AEW does not do often. And that was awesome to see the women's matchup main eventing. The tag team match could have also been the main event, though, too. But it made sense for the Royal Rampage to kick off the show. That was good booking there by Tony Khan. My prediction for this was that Hangman Page was going to win this. And he did last a while, but he got eliminated. So I was wrong. Brody King won it. I mean, whatever. Brody King and John are going to put on a good matchup on Dynamite this coming Wednesday. It's whatever. I didn't really care who won because literally pretty much anybody that was in the Royal Rampage could have put on a good show in the interim AEW World Championship match with Jon Moxley. Because Jon Moxley, he's talented, and he's so talented to the point where he can make other people look good. He's just that good. I mean, I'm not saying he's the only one that does that. I'm just saying he's that good. He makes himself look good, and he makes his opponents look good. That's all I have to say. His matchup with Brody King is going to be amazing. Brody King having his first singles match was awesome. I was excited. And he had his own theme song, which was even better. I felt bad for Buddy Matthews, though, as he does not have his own theme song. He came out to the House of Black's theme, which is whatever. I mean, Julia Hart's come out to the House of Black theme, too. they can't give everybody an entrance theme, but I still feel bad for them both. But also, to be fair, Brody King's been a part of the House of Black longer. So, it's fine. I was upset, but it's fine. But Buddy Matthews and Julia Hart, still talented people. It's really fine. But, yeah, I'm ready for this matchup. Jon Moxley, Brody King going one-on-one this coming up Wednesday on Dynamite. It's going to be special. Really is. And now it's time for the tag team match. It was the World Tag Title Eliminator match. The Young Bucks went on to take Yoshihashi and Hiroki Goto. And basically what made that an Eliminator match was if Yoshihashi and Hiroki Goto win their match against the Young Bucks, they get a title shot against the Young Bucks. And I predicted that Yoshihashi and Hiroki Goto win this matchup because of the chance to be on TV for AEW and the cross promotion. It could have been something big, and it was big. What happened on Rampage. I hope AEW and New Japan continue to do these kind of matchups. Having a champion or champions defending their titles against New Japan stars or MLW stars or Impact stars, it's something special, in my opinion. And to a lot of other people's opinion, obviously, too. Having this cross-promotion within other companies is something big. So, when I originally saw this tag title eliminator match, it was going to be special because Yoshihashi, Hiroki Goto get a chance to be seen on AEW television not just once. And it could have been something special, but the Young Bucks won. So who's going to take the Young Bucks on for the tag championships? That's a good question. Hopefully it's not FTR, because FTR and the Young Bucks should be happening at All Out. That's when it should happen. That's what I think, and that's what a lot of other people think. It's not an unpopular opinion. I honestly think the Young Bucks should defend their tag titles against, Swerve and Our Glory. That's what I think. That's one of the big tag teams I think they could go up against next. Either Swerve and Our Glory or, I don't know, maybe, at some point, maybe, what's another tag team that could put on a good match with the Young Bucks? Oh, yes, that's right. Roppongi Vice. Roppongi Vice could be good challengers for the AEW World Tag Championships at some point in the future. And I don't know if Chuck E. T is still going to be on AEW television, but if he is, the Best Friends, they'd be good choices too. Both Chuck E. T and Trent Beretta are great tag team. Trent Beretta and Rocky Romero, they're a great tag team too. There's a lot of different tag team chances out there, the options for challengers to go for the AEW World Tag Championships. Because honestly, pretty much whatever tag team takes on the Young Bucks, they could put on something big. The Young Bucks are talented. A lot of the tag team division in AEW is talented. They put on a lot of good matches. Tag team matches are some of the AEW's greatest matches. And they have some good singles matches too. I'm not saying singles matches suck. I'm just saying their tag team matches are some of the greatest matches, in my opinion, from what I've seen within AEW. And I've been watching AEW since 2020. So I'm kind of, I guess you could say I'm a hardcore AEW fan. you could say that. But anyway, Young Bucks won the match. I was upset at first, but Young Bucks, whoever they challenge, if they, and they should challenge, they need to have a good reign before FTR drops on their parade and takes their titles. They are number one ranked. It's gonna happen. It's been waiting to happen. They've been number one ranked since, I don't know, April? But I mean, it made sense with Christian Cage's stuff. But Christian Cage turned heel number one. And the Young Bucks are the champions. So FTR coming down and stepping down on Young Bucks' parade is set to happen at any point. But it shouldn't happen yet. It shouldn't happen like in 2 weeks. It should happen at All Out, like I've said. I don't know, just me. I think it's just me that thinks that it's going to happen at All Out, but we'll see it happens, obviously. Moving on. That was a long talk. Longer than I wanted. Nyla Rose went one-on-one with Toni Storm in the first AEW women's main event in a long time. I'm glad this finally happened. It was good to hear Mark Henry say, looks like there's been enough talk. It's time for the main event for the women once again. It was awesome. And they came out. They both had a great matchup. My prediction, Nyla Rose won that matchup. I was wrong. So I did not do well. I did terrible on the Rampage predictions this time around. To be fair, though, most of these matchups were pretty unpredictable, especially the Royal Rampage. Hangman would be a good contestant for Jon Moxley. Brody King's a good contestant for Jon Moxley. Like I said, pretty much everybody. But Toni Storm and Nyla Rose, they're both great contestants for the AEW Women's World Championship. Nyla Rose, highlight of the main event. Nyla Rose tried to go for her usual knee off the top to Toni Storm. Did not happen. And then Toni Storm went for a really crazy German suplex. She took Nyla Rose down. Marina Shafir was about to interrupt the matchup. Toni Storm, though, went for a drop kick and then went for a nice move to Nyla Rose. Sometime later, she went for the pin and won the match. So Toni Storm won. But that's not all that happened. No, not at all. Marina Shafir went after Toni Storm, and so did Nyla Rose. They both assaulted Toni Storm. Thunder Rosa came out, and Marina Shafir tried to stop her. Did not happen. She dodged Marina Shafir, went for Nyla Rose, saved the day, and then there was a hint towards the tag team of the Thunderstorm. And I thought that was very interesting because the AEW women's division is getting stacked. and I mean, with Soraya and Mercedes, with Soraya becoming a free agent and Mercedes possibly released from the company, and their additions to AEW could be big. And now apparently Io Shirai, with her contract expiring soon. But I'm thinking she's going to Stardom. But anyway, the AEW women's division is stacked. Not as stacked as the men's division, and that's okay. But it needs more women, in my opinion. And the women's tag team division desperately needs to happen. And they're doing that slowly. I'm seeing that happening more and more as time's flying by, which is good. We're having more women's tag team matches. That's good. That's gonna shake up the women's division a little more. Just my what I think should happen here. Granted, though, if it's just tag team matches, it's not going to shake up the division. But I know AEW does one women's match like every Dynamite and Rampage. And having them do a tag team match on... then having them have a tag team match on Dynamite, then doing a singles match on Rampage, it could happen. And shaking up the women's division a little bit further, give the women one more match, like for Dynamite. I don't know what they should do, really. These are just suggestions, but I don't like what they're doing with the women's division right now. I never really did, but it seems they're starting to shake it up a little bit. And that's good. Shake it up even more with giving them a match. That's all I'm saying. But the Thunderstorm team, that could be a great tag team. Very excited. Very excited. Speaking of which, Death Before Dishonor, Saturday, July 23rd. I will do a predictions video on Death Before Dishonor. Stay tuned for that. But next week, I will probably do AEW Dynamite, AEW Rampage, and maybe Impact. But that's probably all I'm going to do. Like I said, since I'm busy. And speaking of which, MLW results coming up next here on TPW Talking Pro Wrestling. Stay tuned, because it's coming after this. And now I am back, and it's time for MLW Fusion results. And the end of MLW Fusion was incredible. I was flipping out. But Samoan SWAT team took on Los Aztecas, and Cesar Duran did make it a no DQ mid-match. He was like, card subject to change. It is now a no DQ match. But I was right when I said Samoan SWAT team did make their debut. And Real One, or Enzo, took out Jacob Fatu after the matchup. Samoan SWAT team did win. I got that right. But Enzo, or Real One, took out Jacob Fatu, and they were saying he needed to get stitches. I'm not really sure. Looks like Davey Richards and Myron Reed will go one-on-one too, though, as Davey Richards said congratulations on the victory to Myron Reed at Battle Royale, I think he's talking about. And then he said, then he was like saying, I want your title, though. And he said it's just competition. We'll see how this goes, though. I'm excited. Will Davey Richards be the new middleweight champion? We'll find out. But then the main event happened. The Microman, Tyra Valkyrie, and Lindsay Dorado took on the Strange Sanger. And that was a good matchup too. That was very impressive. I'm always impressed by what Microman can do. I'm always impressed. I was impressed to see what Lindsay Dorado and Tyra Valkyrie could do. It was all good. They were Strange Sanger chased Microman around the ring for a while. Microman went underneath the ring, and then they tried to pull Microman out. But what they pulled out instead was Blue Meanie. That was crazy. Blue Meanie then beat them up. Microman's team won, which I saw coming. Strange Sanger, though, went to take them out again, and that was very sad. But then the Sandman came out. I was flipping. I was like, "Oh my God, it's Sandman!" Then he comes out. He's got the kendo sticks, and they take out. And then Microman's got his own kendo stick. Microman's taking out the Strange Sanger, and that was awesome to see Sandman once again. I was very happy to see it. To see the Sandman once again. But yeah, MLW Fusion was very good, especially the main event. Next week, it looks like MLW will be having a non-fusion thing. They also said that after Kings of Colosseum on July 14th, I believe they said, they will not be having fusion episodes anymore, which is sad, but it sounds like they may be going back to the Azteca Underground episodes. So we'll see what MLW decides to do. But next week, it doesn't sound like it'll be a fusion episode. And then Kings of the Colosseum, and then that's probably it. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. But yeah, that was the end of my results for MLW, AEW Rampage, and Impact Wrestling. Thank you all for listening. Subscribe on YouTube. Follow on Spotify, Stitcher, and on Anchor, which is how I do my podcasts. And Anchor is completely free. Creating podcasts is easy using Anchor. So if you're looking to make a podcast, use Anchor. It's very user-friendly in my opinion, and a lot of other people's too. So yeah, thank you everybody for watching. This is TPW Talking Pro Wrestling. I'll see you guys on the next episode. Goodbye everyone. Good night.